mean you. Crank that soul. Now I mean you. You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist.
This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard he f***ing with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a f***ing nihilist porcupine. He's a the type women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat.
He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note and he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches a key or speaks in a rhyme. And those other fellas he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous, without even trying. How do they do it? This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor.
It's game time. Okay, good morning. Welcome to our Parent Ignite event. My name is Dr. Vivian Price. I am the Assistant Superintendent of the Education Department, and I'm very pleased to be here with all of you today. While you're waiting, you may have noticed the Zoom tips. The conference will be overall much better to view if you are viewing in the full screen mode and also in speaker view. We have this event set, so all of you are on mute. Please use the chat if you have comments or questions. Someone is monitoring that. Okay, so we have a great game day ahead of us, and I am so thrilled to be here to kick it off with you. To our incredible returning education partners, parents, guardians, friends, welcome back. And to those joining Springs Nation for the first time, a big warm welcome. We're so glad you're here. This is exciting to see our watch parties have great audiences, and Many of you are Zooming in from the comfort of your own home, so great to have you here. I'm wondering what you're excited about today or what you're hoping to gain from the day. So if you could join me in a little engagement and put in the chat what it is you're hoping to get out of the day, or what are you excited about? And I'm just going to take a look to see what you all have to say. School pedagogy, you'll definitely get some of that. Connecting with other parents, excellent. Yep, you'll learn more about the school and what we have to offer. I hope that you'll be inspired to start the year. We'll have a great speaker with our superintendent. Excited to learn about resources you don't know. I hope we can make that happen. All right, so this is great. I think you all will. I see a lot of first-time homeschoolers probably looking for resources and connection. So fantastic, warm welcome. You're at the right place. So with that, I think everyone's ready to go. And before we dive in for your inspiration for the new year, it's my pleasure to present our 24-25 year in review. Last year marked a major milestone for us, our 25th year silver anniversary, and what a year it was. From silver jubilee to legacy, we found meaningful ways to celebrate, reflect, and grow together. 25 years strong, and we're building a lasting legacy at Springs. Across our network, we celebrated accomplishments from kindergarten to high school. From the sun-soaked desert to the sparkling coast, we give families more than just options. We offer an extraordinary personalized education that breaks the mold of the traditional school system. And we do it all in collaboration with you, our families. We embrace the power of leading from where you are, because leadership lives in all of us. As pioneers of personalized learning, we stay ahead of the curve, shaping what education can be. Lead. This word carried double meaning for us this past year. Literally, yes, it meant stepping up and guiding. But also, it's an acronym that defined our focus for the past year. That acronym for LEAD is lifting each other to achieve daily. Our 25th year wasn't just about individual growth. It was about the way we lift those around us, students, families, and each other, every single day. At the start of our very royal 25th year, our superintendent, Dr. Hermsmeyer, introduced the Springs 6 royal decrees. Let me remind you of the 6 decrees. First, we live by our crest. Our crest represents our mission, and we are mission-driven. Second, Springs is set apart. We innovate to be great. Third, we take on the mantle of responsibility. We personalize learning. Fourth, we build a legacy through consistency. Fifth, we are an important part of the community. The community is our classroom. And finally, number 6, we lead, lifting each other to achieve daily. We were called to live out our 6 decrees, and time again, Springs staff, students, and you, our families and friends, rose to the occasion with courage and conviction, and let me show you how. The first decree, we are mission-driven. An education grounded in the tenets of our mission builds students who have the skills to be self-directed learners and to develop their leadership through real-life experiences. let me introduce you to one of our 2025 graduates, Connor Miller, who is a shining example of a student living by our crest. Connor spent his high school years focused on aviation and even earned his pilot's license before graduation. His classroom was soaring in the friendly skies.
My name is Connor Miller. I'm 17 years old. I'm a graduating student of Flaybob Airport Preparatory Academy. I've been here since 7th grade, and I joined for the aviation aspect of the school. Joined the aviation course in freshman year and took it all 4 years of high school. It's been good. I made a lot of friends on the way. It definitely got me started in aviation. Obviously, the airport environment has really helped me progress in aviation, and the structure of the courses has helped me a lot in training. So a couple years ago, I got the Ray Aviation Scholarship. It was a $11,000 scholarship to go towards my private pilot certificate, and I finished that in a year. Got my private pilot certificate this November and have flown weekly ever since. My plan is to join the Air Force Academy. The ultimate goal is to fly in the Air Force. Service has been a core value for me, and my passion is aviation. It has been ever since I can remember. It's just something that I've always wanted to do. So I figured, why not mix my passion with a core value and help serve my country and set myself up for a better future. The views, I love the views. It's my therapy. You look out the window and you just see 50 miles that way, 50 miles that way. You see all the mountains, the greenery, and you feel on top of the world. There's a lot of achievements through aviation. So getting the scholarship was the first one. I passed a written exam. That's a huge accomplishment. I got the scholarship. That's a huge accomplishment. During my training, after I think 14 hours, I had my first solo flight. And that's a huge accomplishment. That's a big deal in the aviation community. First solo cross countries, and ultimately getting my pilot license. It's such a high in life. You just feel on top of the world. The Springs Charter School team has really set me up and motivated me to excel in the aviation community. The structure of the classes has allowed me to take time away from school to train and still get my work done. A lot of teachers have motivated me. They all are really proud of me, and that is a huge motivating factor.
As you can see, that is one dedicated kid. And to those of you online, we do not have a yachting opportunity yet, but we do offer lots of opportunities for aviation. So Connor is one of 2 students at our Flaybob Airport Preparatory Academy to receive an FAA private pilot license before graduation. He's motivated, self-directed, and he followed his passion. He completed 4 years of aviation courses through FAPA and used the flexibility of our high school program to complete his flight hours while attending school. Connor was also able to get college credit at San Bernardino Valley College through our dual enrollment program that was launched at FAPA. And I would say that through Springs, he is set up for a successful future and career in education. And this is just one example of what we offer in our dynamic high school programs. The second decree, innovate to be great. It's so suiting for us. All that we do at Springs is in the spirit of innovation. From our variety of programs to our professional development, we are innovating daily. You are all innovators, daring to do school a little different from, or very different from, the traditional model. And through innovative practices, you are creating a school experience that is just right for your child. The third decree, we personalize learning. At Springs, this isn't just a philosophy, it's a promise. We take on the mantle of responsibility for the growth and development of every student, and it's at the heart of all we do. From the moment a family chooses Springs, They're offered choice, starting with the program that best fits their needs. Let's hear from another driven young man, Leonardo Lopez, a Venture Online student who could follow his passion through his personalized learning experience.
Hello, my name is Leonardo Lopez, and I'm in the Venture Online program, and I'm also part of the Super Patrol. We are the official auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force, so we take care of missions like rescue missions. It's a youth program as well. You can join in from 12 to 18 to be a cadet. Once you're over 18, you go up to senior members. After I graduate, I plan on getting my pilot license and hopefully get a job as a pilot. I'll stay with Super Patrol because they provide a lot of programs for free, like ground school to learn all about the taxi lines and runway. And Venture, they're great. They're always there to support us. My TOR is Austin Stankus. He's a great teacher, and he always, on our monthly meetings, he's there asking me questions if I got everything under control. And yeah, he's just a call away. I want to give a thanks to Venture Online for the opportunity. They're a great school, great program. And of course, Super Patrol, thanks to you, I will someday be a pilot. When I was little, I would watch Top Gun, and I loved watching the dogfights in the air. And ever since that day, then I just always wanted to fly.
As you can see, we have students drawn to aviation across several of our programs. So while Leonardo is not in our aviation program, he has the opportunity to follow his passions. And they're really taking off with Springs. Our fourth decree is building a legacy. After 25 years, it's clear that Springs is building a legacy. A true legacy isn't just about achievement. It's about the lasting impact we leave on our communities. From our beautiful new buildings to our students' contributions, we are thriving. When we reflect on the accomplishments of our students, remarkable students such as Anais Park, a Journey Homeschool 2025 graduate, we see the tangible results of that legacy in action. Anais confidently addressed her peers as one of our student speakers at graduation. As part of her civic engagement project, she campaigned tech companies and Springs Inc. to help her raise $10,000 in scholarships for females interested in the STEM field. What do students like Anais need to meet their potential? They need a support system, including great teachers, as well as a nurturing environment. Our teachers have many titles, including parent, ES, HCT, teacher. Whatever the title, you are all an essential part of our legacy. This past year, one of our very own teachers received an incredible recognition that I would like to celebrate with all of you. Nominated by parents for her exceptional dedication and passion for teaching, our own Mrs. Kimberly Matthews, Virtual Academy teacher, was named the 2025 Teacher of the Year by the California Charter Schools Association, the only teacher in the entire state to receive this prestigious honor. Let's watch and see what makes Kimberly such a standout.
Hi, my dear. How are we doing? I knew I was going to be a teacher from kindergarten, though the type of teacher that I am now is not what I thought I would be.
The Springs Virtual Academy came about based off of trying to model what would it look like in a day in the life for a student who's at a school site. Now, how do we bring that to online? We do all the things that kids would typically get in a school, but we do it all virtually so that they're not missing out. Virtual learning is hard, and virtual instruction is also difficult, and I appreciate the opportunity for Kimberly to give the world an example of how virtual learning really can shift a child's educational experience.
My approach to engaging students is to be me, which is a bundle of energy to sing, to dance.
And she would make theme songs for certain math elements. They were always really fun and our favorite part of the day.
All by myself. Yeah, sing it with me.
All by myself. She'll use that in reference to solving an equation, getting the variable all by itself. And then it's almost as a call and response for the kids. So it's very fun to be in her classroom. It's each day is an adventure.
Even though she's singing and talking and bringing everybody together, she's still being very intentional about what she's choosing to teach.
My oldest was on an IEP, and then when we brought that over to the charter, and it was as if nothing changed. Like, he had his services, they were just virtual. She's always been really on top of it. Like, yeah, let's see, we haven't looked into that. Let's see if it's an option, or see if when they said this in the IEP, does it also include that? So I think she's like a #1 supporter. I think she's amazing.
There are students that have come to me saying, I hate math and you're not going to change my mind about that. And at the end of the year, this is kind of my favorite class. I was like, bet. And I tell them, you don't need to have them, you don't need to make math your friend. It can even be your frenemy. I'm okay with that, just as long as you're okay with it. And so they kind of like that. They laugh at me when I'm saying that. But at the end of it, they're like, okay, I get that. It's a real classroom, and you can engage and you can build community in this virtual setting. You just have to want to do it. Are we feeling comfortable with the process?
Yes.
Yes. Good. I love the thumbs up.
Watching her is like watching everything that we read in every teacher textbook come to life and actually be lived out the way that many people envision it.
Thank you for being our guide, and thank you for everything that you do.
Her attitude, like it's all like, okay. It's like she wants to engage in there. And
thank you, Miss Matthews, for being a great teacher, and just being yourself.
He just did a lot of stuff, just made you feel like you could talk to her and you wouldn't have to be afraid to speak up.
Because of you, I finally like science. Hooray!
When they are there and participating and having those aha moments, it makes all the other work worth it. I would like to thank my family, my friends, my husband and children, and the Virtual Village staff for always being so supportive. Thank you. I love you all.
We are very proud of our exceptional teachers and programs, and you can see that Kimberly is one of those exceptional teachers. So thank you for joining me for that. Celebrating her, a Teacher of the Year, is really quite amazing. So as stated in the 4th decree, a legacy is built through consistency. How are we consistent at Springs, and how do we know what is working? One of the most apparent signs of our success is our enrollment. Over the past years, we've seen growth across our schools, a direct reflection of the consistent, student-driven education that families are seeking. This summer, enrollment surged, and just this past month, 3 of our programs each welcomed over 100 new students. Those programs are Connections, Homeschool, and RVA. And thank you all for voting with your feet and sharing your experiences with friends and neighbors. Strong enrollment helps keep parent choice alive and well, and our momentum is real and it's growing. We're proud to continually develop diverse and innovative programs that meet the evolving needs of our communities and families. When virtual learning took off after the pandemic, we leaned in and leveled up, expanding our online options to keep students connected and thriving. Our newest program, Connections, launched just this past year and currently has almost 1,000 students. This is our online program, or one of them, and it's an outstanding achievement for a first-year program. Great work, Connections. Spring's graduates are poised to make a lasting impact on the world. We consistently deliver a high-quality, real-world focused experience that includes our high-interest POP curriculum and a robust internship program. We proudly celebrated our largest graduating class ever, 314 students strong. But that's not all. Our graduation rate is excellent and far outshines the state graduation rate. This past year, we also improved our college and career readiness. Our A through G completer rate climbed, opening more doors for our graduate. And our registered pre-apprenticeship program grew by over 20%. That gives even more students hands-on pathways to success. We have big milestones and big momentum. The fifth decree, the community is our classroom. This is our jam. For example, last year we offered over 100 field trips and 50 events for our students, ensuring that personalized learning extends far beyond the classroom. Let's hear a little bit more about that from our field trip coordinator, Carmelina Escobar.
Hi, my name is Carmelina, and I'm the homeschool field trip coordinator for Springs Charter. And what that means is that I have the awesome job to coordinate these amazing field trips for the kids. These students and their siblings and families can come to the field trips and experience the classroom out in the community. They get to have fun and do awesome, amazing things while they are learning something new.
Hi, my name's Victoria. These are my daughters, Ashley and Jenny. Today we're at SeaWorld. Field trips are amazing. They have a huge variety of trips, and we get out of the classroom. It's kind of fun. We're outside, it's a gorgeous day, and the learning experiences never end. We can tie so many field trips into our curriculum. Whatever curriculum we're using at the time, we can always find a field trip that actually helps support that. We went up and saw the President Lincoln up in Riverside in the museum, and it tied into the whole unit of curriculum we were doing. Here at SeaWorld, we can tie it into our units on habitats and other things, as far as even like the roller coasters, we can tie it into different math concepts. So just getting out of the classroom and really tying it into life skills, it really brings what we're learning in books and inside a room, it brings it to real life.
Everybody knows that field trips are the best way to make a memory.
All right. I love to see all the kudos for Carmelina. So it looks like many of you have joined these, fantastic field trips and met Carmelina personally. Also, I just want to address the chat, although you're getting feedback. If you are a new parent educator with us, you absolutely will get one-on-one support from your ES. So don't worry, that will be happening. And you'll learn all about these awesome opportunities, because there's really no better way to get out in the community and personalize curriculum than to explore hands-on through field trips. Our robust high school options, including CTE, pre-apprenticeship, and internships, thrive because we have strong community partnership, and the impact speaks for itself. Last year, we had 244 CTE pathway completers, marking a 14% increase from the year prior. Thanks to our partnership with the community college's Launch Apprenticeship program, pre-apprenticeship students don't just gain real-world experience, they earned $2,000 while doing it. These programs really do open doors and change lives. The sixth decree, lead. As the largest charter school in the state and as part of a growing network of schools united by our shared mission, we are proud to lead the way in the world of charter education. Last year, we opened our newest charter school, Orange Springs Charter. Leadership takes many forms, and at Springs, we celebrate them all. Here's a glimpse into how Lily Watson from our Cherry Valley Student Center turned her love of gardening into a chance to grow as a leader and inspire others.
My name is Lily Watson, and I started a garden club at Springs Cherry Valley. I got to school one day and I saw Miss Christina, our lunch lady, with a couple of other kids in the garden, and they were clearing weeds. And I went over and we found seeds, we started planting them. We would water every single day that we were on campus. And it was just overall really fun. I've always liked getting dirty at home. Me and my brother used to play in the mud a lot when we were little. I just like plants. It's something that you've planted and you've watched it grow and taken care of it. I talked to Miss Christina and she's like, sure, let's do it. And I started bringing friends over and we'd be there every single lunch recess and morning recess, watering and planting and pulling weeds and all that. Miss Slayton was super happy when she saw us doing it. Super supportive. Even this year, she ordered a whole bunch of, she ordered a new cabinet, bunch of new tools, gloves, flower beds, all that stuff, dirt. And we even got help from the Cherry Valley Nursery to get plants, like saplings that we can plant this year. And we even made a actual garden club to where it's a club on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, starting about 3:15, once dismissal's over, we head up to the office, we plan what we're gonna do for the day, we go water all the plants, and then if we have any new seedlings, then we plant those. There were 3 triplets last year that were so into it. Every single morning, they would come up to me and they were like, Lily, can we go garden? I'm like, sure guys, let's go do it. I really enjoy being able to lead other kids in something that I really enjoy. I'm definitely super excited to expand my love of gardening to other kids in my grade, younger and older, thanks to Springs.
Oh, I love her enthusiasm for gardening and growing her leadership. This past year, 70 8th graders from across our programs attended a 3-day leadership camp at beautiful Idlewild Pines. From navigating high ropes courses to completing ground initiatives, they learned valuable leadership skills to guide them through the exciting transition to high school. That opportunity is available for all of our 8th graders. You can see that during our Jubilee year, we didn't just talk about leadership, we lived it. Decree by decree, we're creating a lasting legacy. Our 25th year brought many reasons to celebrate, not least of all our birthday parties. Happy birthday, Springs!
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
As you can see, across the school in all programs, we enjoyed fun-filled birthday celebrations. I'm thrilled to share that this year's CASP results were worth celebrating. This past year's results, we get them in June. CASP is the state test that is required for certain grade levels, and while it provides both important data, it's only one measure. We saw strong gains in both ELA and math proficiency. But what truly stands out is the incredible growth shown by our students. Our top priority is helping every student grow at least one full year, and even more for those working below grade level. While proficiency is very important, student growth matters the most. The way that we measure growth is the way that the CASP test, measures growth is one of the more valuable aspects of this test. CASP growth is measured by distance from standard, and these growth scores are considerably more positive in our schools than even our proficiency rates. So just stay dialed in on your students' academic scores and watch them grow with us. You all, as a parent or guardian and teacher, you play a vital role in driving that individual student growth. We know that your child's progress is of the utmost importance. Overall, across our network, our ELA scores held steady this past year, so no dips, no gains. While we're glad to see consistency, we know that holding the line isn't enough. We're aiming higher with a continued focus on writing and sticking to our best practices. A notable highlight for us is that in both 4th and 8th grade, English language arts percentage met and exceeded grade level increased 4%. And this tells us that our focus areas are working, and we are making progress to ensuring that every 4th grader is a strong reader by the end of 4th grade. And that's one of our big goals. Every 4th grader is a strong reader by the end of 4th grade. What is important for you to remember as educators about ELA is that we can easily improve proficiency by increasing the amount we read and write. So increase reading and writing volume. Read more and definitely add daily writing to your students' learning plans. You can read and listen to all kinds of books, and writing can range from journal writing to research reports to real-life writing, such as thank you notes. Now, math is a cause for celebration. We saw meaningful gains in proficiency across the network, with Citrus and Empire leading the way, both up 7% in proficiency. All of our charters made steady progress, and network-wide, we saw a 3% increase in students who met or exceeded standards in math, our biggest jump since the pandemic. This is truly something to cheer about. Developing our students' math skills is an ongoing focus, and you can propel your students' growth forward by making sure that at a minimum, you spend 60 minutes a day on math and more for any catch-up that is needed. Also, a grade level curriculum is very important to success, so please check out our Healthy Choice menu, and you can see the handout on the event page. It's right on the screen and available on our event page. If you didn't already know this, we are on the rise across Southern California, expanding into new spaces and upgrading the ones we all call home. We have a brand new building in Chula Vista for our Otay Ranch Academy. And we're putting the final touches on Corona's new building, as well as RVA. We have more buildings and programs opening in the next couple of years. Stay tuned. Wow. That's our year in review, and what a year we have had. There's so much to celebrate and more to come. We really appreciate our partnership with all of you, and your commitment has directly contributed to our 25th year. We look forward to the next 25 years and to continuing our growth. Don't forget to share the stories of your students' success in our charter school, and use your voice to celebrate parent choice when it comes to making decisions about your child's education. Let's go Springs, and thank you so much. Enjoy your day. It's go time. Okay. Now, I would like to introduce senior directors in the education department, Tammy Jackson and Catherine Pango. These senior directors, along with others, support many of the operations across our schools, from academy to the homeschool programs. Anything else?
No,
All
that's
right.
perfect. Thank you,
All right.
Vivian.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right.
All right.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Vivian. Way to get us started today. Tammy, are you ready to celebrate 26 years serving students today?
I sure am. Look at there's a lot of people out there.
I know, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting. And we have such a nice setup today.
What's going on with everyone being so gorgeous as well?
I don't know, ourselves included.
I mean,
you look great. Look at you. All right. Well, I sure am. I love this day. It's such an accomplishment and a real testament to our families wanting something different for their children. You know, there's not a lot of schools that spend the time to ignite their families with a message of the state of the schools from Dr. Vivian Price. And then also our superintendent will be speaking, also giving our theme for the year and our goals. This is not something that happens at every school, and it's just really such a lovely time of year. It's my favorite time. Out in the field last week, we had 1,400 staff members at our Staff Ignite event. And this week, we also have our high school event, and that is our 4th annual high school Ignite event. So we're branching it out from Parent Ignite and Staff Ignite to now also include our high school students. So it's very exciting.
It is.
We also expanded this event to include 3 different locations this year. So you have the option to attend virtually or also at one of 3 locations. At Temecula Student Center this year, we had 125 parents register to attend this event.
That's great.
At our Pathfinder location out in Riverside, we had 200 parents register to attend.
Nice.
And at our Santa Ana Student Center, 30 parents registered to attend. And we can see some of them online today.
Yay.
Can you wave and show the camera? You're all out there. Thank you for being with us today.
All right. That is amazing. I love seeing everyone's beautiful faces, and welcome to all of Springs Nation, whether you're at home joining us or at one of these 3 locations. So August is a whirlwind of events, so let's be sure to share all of today's excitement on our school social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram. So be sure to use the hashtags that you see here. You can also find information and fun Springs content on our YouTube channel.
You can see us on the YouTube channel too.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, I'd watch it on reverse, play it
do
again
watch
and
it.
again. Yeah.
Let's take a moment to see how long some of our parents have been with Springs.
I love that.
We're putting a poll up on the screen right now. Please answer the poll with how long you've been at the school. 1st year, 5th year.
Ooh.
And if you're at one of our locations, tell your neighbor in your table group how long you've been at Springs.
Look at that.
Oh, a lot of 1st years.
A lot of 1 to 5ers.
Mm-hmm.
This
8 to 10. I mean, eventually they do graduate with their children.
That is true.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hitting my 21st year.
Really? This
Yes.
is my 12th.
Wow.
I know.
Well, you'll get there.
I'll get there. I don't think I'll catch up. Okay, the poll is closed. 1st year, about 50% of our people
Nice.
that took the poll 1st year. And then they've put the chats too. That's great. Thank you for participating in that.
Yes, I love it. All right, so Summit Springs is our educational foundation, which provides staff and student scholarships each year. So please see the school website on our Ignite website for more information on how you can donate and get involved with our Summit Springs. At the end of the day, we're going to have an opportunity drawing sponsored by Summit Springs Foundation. So you're not going to want to miss this opportunity drawing, whether you're in person or you're online. So a portion of all of the proceeds goes to the Summit Springs Education Foundation. You can also find links to the Spirit Store on our Springs website and the Parent Ignite site. This year's theme is the perfect one to buy some spirit wear. So Tammy, can you tell us a little bit more about this theme this year?
I sure can. This year, our theme is Put Me in Coach. And we're so happy you're all here to be part of the Springs Dream Team. This year, Coach stands for Courage Accelerates Change. We want everyone at Springs, including our parents, to become the most effective coaches possible for their children and each other. At Springs, we're the Dream Team, ensuring all students can pursue their passion and realize their dreams. So if you are at one of those sites today, make sure you make new friends and you have coaches all around you this year.
Love it. Well, we will have an opportunity drawing at the end of the day, and items will be given to 3 lucky winners. Included are books, Raising Humans in a Digital World.
There's a session on that today by Tamara Rose.
Nice.
Yes.
I love that. Tamara's a great presenter. Next would be Who Are You Becoming by Jonathan Fanning, today's keynote speaker. Ooh, I might want that one. Do I get to win?
You can go to that. You don't get to win anything.
All right. And toss catch game set for some family fun. But you must be present to win, so stay with us. Next is a Grand Slam presentation from our Superintendent, Dr. Kathleen Hermsmeyer. So let's add your welcome and hellos for Dr. Kathleen Hermsmeyer. Woo!
Thank you, guys. Do I speak into this? Yes, okay. Hi, everybody. It's great to be here today. I want to start by telling you a little story. Okay, so once upon a time, a little boy found a cocoon, a chrysalis actually, and he brought it home excited to see a butterfly transform. He waited while the tiny creature began squirming and moving in that chrysalis, and he tried to get out. But as long minutes went by, and the butterfly didn't seem to be making any progress. So he took a little pair of scissors and he clipped a little hole on the end, and the butterfly emerged easily. But something was wrong. The body was all swollen and the wings were crumpled. He waited for it to fly, but it never did. It couldn't. What the boy didn't realize was that the struggle was necessary. The pressure, the resistance, forced the fluid into the wings. That's what makes the butterfly able to fly. Without that, the butterfly never gains the strength to fly. The struggle is the transformation. Without the effort, the wings stay weak. No fight, no flight. Every day we see our kids wrestle with challenges, and every day we feel that instinct to jump in, to lighten the load, to smooth the path. But that impulse comes because we care about our kids. But here's a truth. Sometimes helping too soon means hurting in the long run. Because when we take away the struggle, we often take away the growth. What if the challenge we're trying to shield our kids from is the very thing that will help them build confidence, learn resilience, and discover who they really are? The typical classroom and traditional curriculum is not designed for productive struggle or independence. It's designed to support students step by step. Detailed instructions, worksheets with every part laid out, kids who complete the same task in the same way at the same time. It's a system designed to minimize struggle, but in doing so, it also minimizes independence. So in most classrooms, everything is dictated by the teacher. The rules, the schedule, the content, the assignments, even the assessments. It's the student's job just to follow. But if that's how students learn for 13 years of school, how can we expect them to suddenly become engaged, reflective, self-driven citizens? The world they're stepping into demands agency, and agency isn't something taught through compliance. It's earned through practice, through doing, deciding, failing, recovering, and trying again. Our goal is bigger than getting kids ready, as you know, and you as parents know this. The goal is bigger than getting kids ready for the next year of school. Our goal is to ignite the curiosity that propels the kids towards a purpose-driven future. To do this, the focus of our school must be that students set goals, have choices, and have time to practice their agency and grapple with making progress. What works, what doesn't work. We're not trying to create kids who are good at school. We're trying to create people who are good at life, which is a lot harder. There's no rubric for navigating tortured family dynamics or sticky breakups or even that summit of adulting, assembling IKEA furniture. So many of you are providing these real-life experiences for your kids, and I applaud you. I'm asking you to look at your home schedule and think about how you can increase your child's independence through their daily activities with support and accountability, like Ronald Reagan famously said, trust, but verify. That's how we build skills in our life skills in our students. A ceramics professor once decided to do his own action research. He was teaching 2 sections of the exact same pottery class. So he tried an experiment. In one class, he told them, you know, go study, plan, and come back with 1 pot, the best pot ever. That will be your final and only grade in the class. And to the other class, he said, I'm grading you on the quantity of pots you make. Just go out and make a lot of pots. When it came time to judge the results, he was shocked to find that every one of the best pots came from the quantity class, not the quality class. Volume is important. Repetition is vital. Kids need to have daily experiences, choosing, trying things out, staying focused on their goals, and learning how they learn. The student-led process is messy, and it won't produce perfect projects, but our goals are bigger than any one project. So we need to just start. It's one of our core values at Springs. We have courage, and we just start. When I was raising my children, I was a working mother, and I often had 4 children at 4 different schools. So some of my kids were picky eaters, particularly in the morning, and of course I wanted them to have a nutritious breakfast and actually eat something nutritious. I could have run around like a short order cook, making everything that they want, trying to remember every little detail and making 4 different breakfasts. But did I do this? No. I took what my mother called my lazy mom approach. I had a variety of foods in easy containers. I poured milk from the big gallon jug into a smaller container so it would be easier for them to pour. And I spent a little time training my kids how to use the microwave, how to prepare their favorite breakfast foods. There was a little bit of upfront work, I'm not going to lie, but the payoff was great. When the morning came, I could focus on getting myself ready while they prepared and ate their breakfast. So is it lazy or is it genius? Could it be both? I call it Montessori-inspired survival parenting. Like my kitchen, your school day can be organized to promote self-directed learning for your children. Like all people, children hate being told what to do and micromanaged. They crave independence. We need to engineer an environment that builds independent skills in our kids. They should be able to tell you why they're doing each thing that they're doing and what that activity will help them to master. This process is our golden path. It's our North Star. And this is definitely not what's happening in traditional classrooms across America. In far too many schools, students sit passively learning math, science, reading, and writing from a script. And there's this unspoken assumption that if we just cover enough material, somehow they'll absorb the skills they need to be successful in life. But let's be honest, that's like trying to teach someone to play baseball through YouTube videos and worksheets. You can study the rules all day, but it's not the same as stepping up to the plate and swinging that bat. So these skills, these are the ones that the world wants. These are the adult power skills, because the content will always evolve and these skills will remain. I still remember learning how to create geometry proofs using postulates and properties in high school. And I also spent a lot of hours of time I will never get back diagramming sentences in English class. Both of those things have long since disappeared from the curriculum. Honestly, I'd have a hard time doing either one today. But I don't think that the time was wasted. Those tasks taught me how to think. It taught me how to organize my thoughts, how to stay with something hard until it started to make sense. So why are we still focusing so much on those individual little check-off standards instead of developing thinkers with our kids? At Springs, we focus on the process. We build our students and ourselves through the trial and error of setting goals, stretching towards them, and growing through the effort. And that vision isn't just for our kids, it's for all of us. Because the best way for you to teach lifelong learning to your kids is by being a lifelong learner yourself. What I'm really talking about is preparing students not just to know things for a test, but to think, adjust, and decide when it counts. And that's no different than coaching a sport. I came across this short clip of a soccer coach that puts it perfectly. He's talking about players on the field, but he could just as easily be talking about students in a classroom or in your home school. Take a look.
You know, I went to watch one of the Everton players this season make his Premier League debut in front of 60,000. And when I asked him afterwards, I said, could you hear the coach during the game? And not only could he not hear the head coach, Sean Dyche, he couldn't hear the players either side of him. So if that's where they're heading, hopefully, then if we take that into coaching, say on match days, they need to be independent. You know, I went to watch one of the Everton.
Sorry, started to play over again. But he is right. It's our job to help kids get ready for the big game of life. And how do we do that? It starts by trying some new things. Remember, we have courage at Springs and we just start. So speaking of some new things, when was the last time you tried something new? Something that you weren't sure that you could do? Really think about it and jot it down. You can put it in the chat if you feel so moved. We'll come back to that. Children try new things all the time, but generally adults stop trying new things. Why do we stop? Well, mostly it's because we're afraid of what other people will think, your boss, your kids, your colleagues, even yourself. I'm going to feel bad about myself if I do this and I fail, right? But think back, how is this different from trying out for drill team or asking that girl out on a date when you were a kid? You used to do this. It takes courage. Ask yourself, over the past 10 years, have I grown in courage or not? And you grow in courage by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, right? 2 years ago, I tried a new thing by getting my motorcycle license. The class I took was made up mostly of Marines, a few other people, young people, and me, the oldest participant by at least 20 years. I was uncomfortable, and I was a little terrified during the do or die end of the weekend motorcycle test, but I made it. And now I get to ride my motorcycle on big epic trips across the USA and Canada. That was an uncomfortable weekend, but it was so worth it in the end. For the past year, I've been lifting weights and with a trainer at the gym. Heavy weights for old ladies. I'm doing barbell squats, deadlifts, and even bench presses. This was intimidating to start, but I feel so much better. And it's still sometimes scary, but I started. I had courage, and I just started. Your enemy for trying new things is fear. And fear is not outside you. It's in here. Fear is the mind killer, to make a Dune reference. It's a pattern that is triggered inside yourself, but you can disrupt that pattern. A decision made from fear is almost always the wrong decision because fear narrows your perspective, distorts risk, and prioritizes short-term relief over long-term wisdom. A scared brain goes into survival mode and shuts down that frontal lobe where rational thinking occurs. In the office, fear could look like resistance to new things and to change, even when the old way isn't even very efficient or effective. In the classroom, fear might present itself by doing too much for kids, controlling too much of the day because you're afraid to let your students do the heavy lifting for themselves. We need to practice our skill set, which includes trying new things, innovating, and being creative. You don't have to know enough, study enough, or plan enough before you start. We just start. We have courage and we just start. At Springs, we have a bias towards action. We value verbs over nouns. As the famous philosopher Homer Simpson said, verbing weirds language. But we are going to verb here at Springs because action is what our soul and our body needs. We are expected to become something more. We are designed to strive. To quote Homer Simpson again, every second I'm out of bed, I'm burning precious calories. So let's not waste them. If you're not growing, you're dying. So today, I'm asking you to trade fear for faith, faith in our mission and faith in yourselves. At Springs, our faith changes the game. We don't just dream. We build, we create, and we make things real. You've probably heard the old Cherokee story about two wolves. They're fighting inside of each of us. One is fueled by fear and the other by courage. When the boy asks his grandfather which wolf wins, the answer is simple: the one you feed. And that's the truth. The part of you that dares to grow, to push through discomfort and chase your dreams, that's the part of you you must feed. Nurture it, strengthen it, because whatever you feed will grow. And what a role model you can be for our students. Imagine the power of telling them about the times you felt uncertain or afraid to try something new. When adults are brave enough to be vulnerable with kids, to be real, that's when the magic happens. If a fear of failure or looking foolish is keeping you from trying, remember this: failure is an event. Fear is a way of life. Fear is a bad habit. Failure is just a moment, but fear is a cage. Don't let fear be the loudest voice in the room. Don't let it keep you from becoming who you're meant to be. Just like kids, adults need productive struggle to grow. As one of our core values reminds us, revolution happens outside our comfort zone. And science backs this up. There's new research that shows that discomfort is linked to longevity. Older adults who regularly embrace challenge, whether it's cold plunges, intense workouts, or hiking the Appalachian Trail, they don't just feel more alive, they live longer. Why? Because our bodies and minds weren't designed for constant leisure. Growth requires resistance, struggle. But transformation starts with a mindset shift. The story you tell yourself matters. It can be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. Most of us have an incredible imagination, and we use that against ourselves. We replay worst-case scenarios on loop. But after you finish narrating your downfall, why not give equal airtime to the story of your success? You're telling yourself stories all day long. Make those stories the ones that move you forward. Let me tell you a story about the power of coaching and the stories we tell ourselves. My youngest daughter has always been wired a little differently. Even as a toddler, while the other kids were tossing their toys across the room, she was lining them up in precise rows. She didn't just color. She scribbled meticulously using different colors. It was remarkable. We had never seen anything like it. As she grew, her personality stayed true, methodical, thoughtful, and exact. She became an incredible baker, and she'd kick me out of the kitchen, worried I was just going to throw something in without measuring. And she'd be right about that. Her class notes in middle school were used as an example for the other kids. She craved structure, routine, and clarity. My husband and I would say, "You should be an engineer," but she always brushed it off. It's too much math, and she didn't think of herself as a math girl. And then her 11th grade math teacher stepped in. He saw something in her that she didn't yet see in herself. He encouraged her to take AP Calculus BC with him her senior year. Not just any calculus, but that calculus, right? To get there, he coached her to take the online 6-week community college course over the summer, the pre-calc course. It was intense, but he reassured her that she had already mastered 4 of the 6 weeks in his class, and he was there to support her. Because he believed in her, she believed in him, and she did it. Not only did she get an A in that summer pre-calc course, she passed the AP test with room to spare. And more importantly, she changed the story she had been telling herself. She decided, "I'm good at math." From there, she learned how to find coaches at each stage of her journey. She gathered a coaching tribe from her first class at UCLA and graduated with a degree in civil engineering. And today she's gainfully employed in a wastewater division of a large engineering firm, solving real problems using real skills and loving her work. She is a perfect fit. And it all started with a coach who saw more in her than she saw in herself and had the courage to not only say, "You can do this," but "Here's how you can." So here's the simple truth. It takes courage to try, but it takes even more courage to ask for help. No matter how strong we are, we can't do it alone. Even the most elite athletes in the world have coaches. Not because they're weak. Even their coach can't do the job better than they can. It's because these people are committed to greatness. That's what a coaching dream team is all about. Coaching is important. As these videos show, it can even save lives.
She says she from the islands, and I'm just trying to find her. Girl, you are my desire. You're all that I require. She says she's from the islands, and I'm just trying to find her. Girl, you are my desire. You're all that I require.
I've never done gymnastics a day in my life, but I get all these gymnastics things in my feed because I love it so much. So I thought that was a perfect example of the power of coaching. Today, as we gather as a coaching dream team, our acronym is short. It's Courage Accelerates Change. We're not just building better classroom, better school, we're building each other. And that's how we create something extraordinary for our kids. Each of us could use something more to get to where we want to go. We need a coach. Look at how this dynamic coach and player work together.
Show you
coach and her dog didn't just master that obedience course, right? They created something joyful and deeply in sync. The kind of performance doesn't happen by accident. It takes time, trying something, failing forward, getting support. Just like what we're asking of all of us this year. So this year, we're going to have courage and get coached. As James Clear says, treat failure like a scientist. Each attempt is an experiment. Each mistake is a clue. You're not failing, you're refining. Or again, in the words of Homer Simpson, trying is the first step towards failure. Let's all start our coaching journey with the idea of volume over quality. I know you're not used to hearing that, so I'll say it again. With the idea of volume over quality. I'm serious. Daily low-quality efforts are better than a well-planned out once-a-month effort. Remember the story of the pottery class. Each and every one of the best pots came from the quantity class. That's why we need to focus on reading and writing volume. Children need to read and write every day, okay? And that's why we need to focus on daily exercise for our bodies. Daily short workouts beats highly planned monthly workouts every day of the week. We all want to be certain something will work, but certainty is not possible in life, and it's definitely not possible with children. So many of us want to control this certainty by overworking, overthinking, overplanning. But does this give us better results? If overthinking worked, our country would be a utopia, and I would be a Nobel Prize winning winner, right? We need to stop thinking about it and do it. Just start. We'll have courage, and we'll just start. So we're going to launch this theme with 5 practical tips to help you get the most out of being coached. Coaches can be anyone that you trust that has been through what you're going through, anybody that you trust enough to ask for support. So tip number 1 is to put emotions in the back seat. Think of your emotions like your children in the car. Let them ride along, let them talk, but don't give them the wheel because they'll crash it. And don't stuff them in the trunk because that's how you get therapy bills and a weird smell. Put them in the back seat. Hear them, attend to them, but you stay in control. Coaching sometimes brings discomfort, and that's normal. Your emotions aren't necessarily wrong, they're just information. As my executive coach once told me, be curious, not furious. Ask questions, understand their point of view, and get them to model their suggestions whenever possible, like golfer Jack Nicklaus did for his friend at this tournament.
No.
Johnny's saying there's no way you can make it from down
There's
there.
no chance putting it.
Why? He's hit a good putt.
There's no
Want me to
chance.
show you how to putt it?
You can't. There you go. Yeah, show me how to do it.
I think you showed him. You cannot script that any better. Johnny says there's no way you can make it from down there without chipping.
And he didn't stand around lining the shot up either. He just shot it. Just no effort, right? Okay, now tip number 2 is to ask for specific future-focused feedback. Don't ask your coach, how did I do? That question's going to get you either a cheerleader or a critic. Neither is helpful to help you move forward. Instead, ask, what are 1 or 2 things I can do better next time? Because the best coaching is something useful and forward-facing. It's not about labeling the past, it's about improving the future. This specific future focus makes feedback a gift, not a grade. Tip 3, reframe your brain. Remember, our thoughts are not necessarily true. Our thoughts are the way we narrate our day and tell ourselves stories about what's happening in our lives. We tell ourselves stories every minute of every day. Be intentional about that story. When someone gives you feedback, you get to choose the story. You can either tell yourself, they think I'm no good at this. Or you can tell yourself, they care enough about me to help me grow. Your interpretation shapes your experience. Choose the version that empowers you. Coaching isn't judgment, it's belief in your potential. Okay, tip 4, give yourself 2 scores. After a coaching session, try this. Give yourself 2 scores. Score number 1, how well did I do at improving my focus area? Score number 2, how well did I receive my coach's feedback? Was I open or defensive? This helps shift your mindset from performance to progress. Remember, we want to move from nouns to verbs. Not I failed, but I am learning. Not that was a flop, but that was 1 rep of growth. Like the runner in this video, slow, steady progress compounds.
Mike Pigg, heck of a race with Mark Allen all the way. How do you feel about it?
All right, feel real good. Had a fast run, fastest of the season. Still need to catch my breath.
You got to be a little bit disappointed at the end, though.
Why? Had the best race of my life, so why would I be disappointed? Mark's just faster right now. He's an excellent athlete.
So score your growth, not just your results. And tip 5, my personal favorite, love the idea for 5 minutes. When you get feedback, start by assuming just for 5 minutes that it's true. Let the idea sit with you. Try it on. Don't immediately think of all the ways it could fail. Think of all the things it could do. One of 2 things will happen. 1, you'll find a grain of truth, which can unlock real growth. Or 2, you'll reflect honestly, and you'll still disagree, but now with clarity and empathy, not defensiveness. That preserves the relationship with your coach and deepens trust. Either way, you've shown yourself to be coachable, and that's powerful. Coaching isn't about proving you're perfect. It's about proving you're willing to grow, to seek, to stretch, and to show up for the next rep. So now I ask you, which of these 5 tips will you take into this year? So write it in the chat. Which of the 5 tips resonates most with you that you think you're maybe not doing currently that if you started doing would help you? And for those of you, I think we had a lot of people say that this was their first year with Springs, first year homeschooling or doing hybrid home study or any of that. It's definitely a year for coaching because working with your children on their academics is hard. It's hard, and there's a lot to learn that you may or may not know. So being open to feedback and open to coaching is so, so valuable to help you get the support you need to not be overwhelmed by this big job. Bringing even one of these 5 tips will help you to become better parents, braver, and more capable humans with your children. When you hesitate to try something new, when fear creeps in, when the day feels heavy and the work feels too hard, remember, courage is built by getting out of your comfort zone. What's one thing you can do to be just a little uncomfortable each day? Because that's how you grow. So, Springs Dream Team, let's coach each other. Let's challenge each other. Like New York Mets Bartolo Colon found out when he was 42 years old, after being a baseball player for almost 20 years at that point. He hit his very first career home run. Let's watch.
Bartolo has done it! The impossible has happened! The team vacates the dugout as Bartolo takes the long trot, his first career home run. And there will be nobody in the dugout to greet him. This is one of the great moments in the history of baseball.
So now it's time to hit your own home run. Trade fear for faith. Have courage and just start. Go Dream Team. Now it's back to Tammy Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. Hermsmeyer. That was fantastic. I mean, it really is quite incredible that we get a complete understanding of our theme and our direction this year from our superintendent. So we thank you for being here, Dr. Hermsmeyer. And let's please add our appreciations for Kathleen in the chat if you have that available to you. All right. Well, next up, I'd like to share a video from Michelle Sullivan. Michelle Sullivan is our Parent Certification Coordinator and is celebrating her 17th year at Springs Charter Schools. Michelle leads our Parent Certification offering for our individualized learning homeschool programs. Michelle.
In the Springs Homeschool Program, parents are the primary educators for their children. For this reason, we want to help you become the best teacher you can be. So we've created some educational opportunities for you to dive into during the 25-26 school year. Our first opportunity is Homeschool Prep. This teaches new homeschool families about Springs systems. So all families who are new to Springs are automatically enrolled, and you need to complete the program as a part of Springs orientation. We also have the Parent Certification Program for those who are returning homeschooling families. It's for parents who want to take their teacher training to the next level. It's a combination of online and in-person classes. Our online classes are housed in Canvas and you can go at your own pace. And our in-person classes are a part of our SPRE program. You can register for the parent certification under the educators for their children. For this reason, we want to help you become the best teacher you can be. So we've created some educational opportunities for you to dive into during the 25-26 school year. Our first opportunity is Homeschool Prep. This teaches new homeschool families about Springs systems. So all families who are new to Springs are automatically enrolled, and you need to complete the program as a part of Springs orientation. We also have the
That's okay. We can move on. That's all right. Thank you for attempting to play Michelle Sullivan's video. You know, that is a specific program for homeschool families, but I want to make sure that all of our families, whether you're here from Connections Today or Venture or Temecula Student Center or Murrieta Student Center, that you pay attention to the events and opportunities that your leadership at your site will have. There'll be parent education nights. There'll be orientations. There will be plenty of ways for you to get involved and learn more about how to become an educator and a coach for your student. Now we're going to be taking a tour of our Google site. So our team here that consists of 6 people that are running this today out here at our office are bringing up that Google site, because I'm going to talk you through that Google site while the people out in the field tell you about the different sessions that you can attend. Now, those sessions are going to start at 11:20. So those of you at Pathfinder, Riverside, Pathfinder, Temecula Student Center, and Santa Ana, you can go ahead and pay attention now to your hosts. And your hosts today are Michelle Sullivan, Kathy Anger, Kelly Harrell, Candy Nelson. So you have hosts out in the field. You're going to turn to them and they're going to tell you how to get to your first session at 11:20. And for those of you online, we're going to now talk through how to navigate the site. So when you're looking at the Google site, which is the site that you use to get into the event today, remember that top part where it said click here to join this event? You want to remember this site all throughout the day because you'll be coming back here. For right now, you're going to go over and look at your agenda, and when you scroll down, you're going to see there's sessions 1, breakout session 1, and when you select that, you just go to the session that seems right for you. There was no pre-sign up for these sessions, so you do the one that fits you the most. Make sure that you read the description so that you're going to a session that will benefit you today. And then right after that session, that's going to start at 11:20. So if you click in there and it's not 11:20 yet, you just need to wait for them. You have a little bit of a break. Right after that session, you'll have your lunch, and then you'll come right back to this main room for our keynote speaker, Jonathan Fanning. Now, hopefully that was pretty clear. This is we've done this event virtually for a while now, so hopefully you've all learned how to use that Google site and can navigate it. Over on the left it says agenda, and then go to your first breakout sessions. We'll see you back here after lunch for our keynote speaker with Jonathan Fanning. Thanks so much.